Hey film fans, my name is David. This is Film Collector Archive, and today we are talking my 2022 Christmas haul. It is that magical time of year. I hope everyone had a great Christmas, and I know here at the Harrington residence we definitely did. And I wanted to share with you guys just kind of a show and tell of what I picked up this Christmas. Um, God bless my wife; she is so wonderful. This year was very, very book heavy, and there is two movies and basically a small library here this year for Christmas. So very excited. I love reading film-related books and art, film and art. I love reading about the most, and a lot of times those do cross over. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. This is a lot of books, and then yeah, the two movies I'll share with you. Well, in fact, let's just go ahead and start with the movies. So this first one is actually a title that I reacquired. Long story, but very happy to have Wes Craven's The Hills Have Eyes here from Arrow Video on 4K. Very nice set from Arrow Video, and the standard treatment with the hard box. In fact, both of the titles that I got are Arrow Video 4K titles. So here we have, again, The Hills Have Eyes from the great Wes Craven, rest in peace. And this one is just really stacked with supplements there you can see. And just that great Arrow Video treatment. So The Hills Have Eyes on 4K. And then this one is a new release, and I had to have this edition of it. I couldn't go with the kind of the standard packaging 4K on this one. I had this on Blu-ray via Arrow Video. I love the film. I'm really excited to watch it on 4K. And this is silent running. And in particular here, so there's the standard kind of slipcover version of this on 4K from Arrow Video, but I had to go with this edition, which is the again, the box set style here from Arrow Video, but it is the deluxe kind of steelbook treatment here, and it's got the different cover art. I like this cover art so much better than the art on the slipcover edition, which was the same art on the Blu-ray edition that I had. I think this art is miles and miles and miles better than that art. Of course, that's just my opinion, but I really love the sorry, trying to get no glare on there. This office definitely gets really good natural light. I've got a couple of windows in here, so I apologize for the glare in my videos, but man, that is just spectacular cover art there. There will absolutely be a separate unboxing video that I'll film for this set, so stay tuned on the channel for that. We'll take a deep dive, as we always do on my unboxing videos, and take a look what's in here. So for now, I'll just show you that did come in to the collection, courtesy of my wife. Okay, so I'm gonna show, well, okay, so this is basically all books left. I'll show you just a couple of random items that I got. So first up here we have, my wife did get me $25 to the PlayStation Store. I'm a PlayStation guy. I have a PlayStation 5. Let me know down in the comments if you're a gamer. I would not consider myself a gamer, but I do have my PlayStation 5. I'm definitely more of a classic gamer. I like the classic consoles, but man, I love PlayStation. In fact, right now, my son and I play really regularly. We're playing NBA 2K23, and then right now we're playing through the Uncharted series, which is a series that I've played through multiple times. However, I have not played, and I'm sorry the name is escaping me right now, but the fifth game in the series, I actually have not played, and so I'm going to be picking that one up. But I've beat 1 through 4, so this is multiple times now. But my 10-year-old son that I'm playing the games with, he's never played through them, so that's kind of fun to play those through with him. Anyways, and then my wife also got me this. I was telling her recently how much I wanted to do a puzzle. I love putting together puzzles. And so this is a 1,000 piece Star Wars puzzle. So you can see really cool, actually, image there. And yeah, so that'll be something my wife and I that we put together. And then now this is a book, but this is one that my son gave me. I love old books. I mean, I love books in general, but I love old books. And this is The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. And you'll notice on here, of course, the book's by Mark Twain, but here you have his the name that he was born with, Samuel Clemens. And this is an illustrated version, illustrated by Joe Pulsano. But yeah, I think it's cool that it has the name Samuel Clemens on there. But I just love old books, and the you can see the green pages there. But yeah, so that's a really cool addition to the library. Okay, so now we'll dive into all of the books that my wife gave me. Some of these are a little large, and so I'll go with some of these smaller ones first, I think. Okay, so first up here we have a book by Janine Basinger and Sam Wasson. This is the newly released Hollywood, the Oral History. Really cool cover there. And there is the back on that one. So this is, you can see this is a really thick book. I think this goes north of 700, yeah, almost 750 pages here. So really, really excited to read that. History of Hollywood. Okay, sorry, trying to move some stuff around here. All right, next up we have a book from Leslie Iwerks, who is the daughter of Ub Iwerks, co-creator of Mickey Mouse, worked with Disney in the early years. And there's a series on Disney Plus called The Imagineering Story, which is really fantastic. If you have access to the Disney Plus service, I really highly suggest watching that. But this is I guess we'll call this a companion piece, but this is the official biography of Walt Disney Imagineering, The Imagineering Story. So great companion piece to the series. Really looking forward to diving in on this. I think this is not a visually heavily illustrated, a lot of photos. This is very, very dense text here in this book, which I think is great. I'm really looking forward to it. I like some of the Disney editions that are very visual, but sometimes I like just really dense text, like really getting into the history and not maybe focusing as much, I guess, on the visuals. But yeah, so this is another, I mean, again, this is about 730 pages or so. Yeah, so The Imagineering Story, very nice dust jacket here, and in fact the titling there is embossed too. And this is from the you can see here, this is, if that will focus, this is a Disney Editions. I love the Disney Editions library. Okay, next up, actually these two books are from my son as well. So this is a 2-volume series here, and this is the Ultimate History of Video Games, Volume 1 and Volume 2 by Stephen L. Kent. I want to say that these were maybe previously offered as one kind of large book. I could be wrong on that, but I think this is a newer printing, and I think they might have split it into 2 books. Like I said, I love classic gaming, and so the Ultimate History of Video Games, this is right up my alley. And yeah, in terms of video game books too, I can't recommend highly enough seeking out Bitmap Books. If you go back on the channel, back when this channel was under the old name of Cartoon Fortress, I filmed quite a few videos for Bitmap Books. They did send some stuff in for review, and I featured those on the channel, and I've bought a bunch of stuff from them as well. I have almost their complete library. There's a couple of titles that didn't quite interest me enough to pick up, but my goodness, if you're a classic video game nerd like myself, or you have interest there, you can't do better than Bitmap Books. Okay, so next up, one of my favorite, and I'm kind of newer to him, but Jonathan Rigby is one of my favorite film historians, and his he has a large presence through the Indicator library. You can see him in quite a few supplements there on their discs. And he's the type of person, I could just listen to this guy talk for hours and hours and hours. I love the insight that he has. And he has a book series out, and I'm sure he has more books than just this series, but I got just one of the 3 books in this series, and this is American Gothic, 6 Decades of Classic Horror Cinema, of course by Jonathan Rigby. And you can see on the back here some great original film posters there to kind of give you an idea. There's a little blurb from Film Review, but this is a really nice hardbound edition, and I'm really excited to get into this. So there'll be kind of great images throughout there, but again, just a lot of great reading. So there's American Gothic, there is Euro Gothic, and then there is I think it's called English Gothic, or I can't remember if it's called English or British. I think it's English Gothic. So it's kind of a 3-book series. I will 100% be getting the other books, but I wanted to start out here with American Gothic. So very excited to have that. Jonathan Rigby, if you don't know who he is and you're interested in film, you really should know who he is. So definitely seek him out. And if you're into the Indicator, I know if you follow this channel at all, I know behind me, kind of behind my head here, my Indicator library, they're one of my favorite labels to collect. And again, he's got a large presence in that collection. Okay, I'm going to go with this big behemoth in front of me here, kind of get this out of the way. This is a large box set. Very hefty here. This is Mark Davis, in his own words, Imagineering the Disney Theme Parks, Volumes 1 and 2, by Pete Docter and Christopher Merritt. I don't know off the top of my head who Christopher Merritt is. Pete Docter is one of the directors over at Pixar, and you can see here this is, as it says, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Very nice hard box edition here. Very hefty. And you can look on the back here as well. And if you'd like to, as I always say, you can pause and kind of read over that. Sorry, I know the shrink wrap is on there, but this is right up my alley. Mark Davis, one of the original 9 Old Men, one of Walt's, really kind of Walt's right-hand man, or one of them. Mark Davis, I love the work of Mark Davis. Disney history, if you don't know about me, Disney history is a big thing with me. I love studying it. One of my prized possessions in my collection is the Walt Disney Treasures collection from the great Leonard Maltin. He partnered with Disney and did that wonderful series. But I have so many books back here on my shelves of covering Disney history, and this was just an absolute no-brainer, something I had to have in my library. So this is obviously going to be one that will definitely have a lot of images. I just love his work, and again, if Mark Davis is not someone that you're familiar with, I highly advise seeking him out and his work. It's just incredible. Okay, so that will be there's just too many things that I'm looking forward to reading. Okay, next up, another one of my favorite artists of all time. This is Genius Isolated. The art, and I say he's one of my favorite artists of all time, which he is, but I don't know. So it's the life and art of Alex Toth, and I've never quite known if it's Toth or Toth. I really should know. Let me know down in the comments if you know the the exact pronunciation. This is by Dean Mullaney and Bruce Canwell. Now this is kind of another two-parter. So this is Genius Isolated, and then there is Genius Illustrated, which comes out in March, I believe. And so I will definitely be picking that up as well. You can see the back of the book here. And this is kind of a little bit of a large format. It's definitely like a taller book. But you can see this is definitely heavy on the visuals there. But insight into his life, which I'm really excited to read up on. All right, next up we have a couple of, I always associate these films together, but I'm really big on this library that I've been building of the Ultimate Visual History. These are really engaging books. They have pull-out media. They're that style of book, but very heavy on the kind of research and details that they present in these books. And this is Jim Henson's Labyrinth, the Ultimate Visual History, and I always associate so closely together Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal. So these are two books that I just had to have, and I want to point out specifically, I recently read E.T., the Ultimate Visual History, and that was written by Cassine Gaines, and he wrote this one as well here for the Dark Crystal, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. E.T., the Ultimate Visual History was a spectacular read, one that I will absolutely go back to time and again over the years. I just recently read it, and I could open it up right now and read through it again. It's really, really great. So very excited to read his book here on the Ultimate Visual History for the Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. Yeah, so really great kind of companion pieces there, but just two films that I feel like are so closely linked. And they both involve obviously Jim Henson and his wonderful team. Okay, so we're down to 2 books left. Yes. Okay. So next up we have another Disney book, and this is basically all about the visuals. Really no text here. This is a Disney sketchbook. This is a really beautiful edition. Love the cover here. This is something I would have gone absolutely nuts for when I was a kid. All I could think about my entire childhood basically was becoming a Disney animator. That was the dream. And, so my love of Disney and Disney history really goes back a long ways. But I mean, this is really all visuals. So this is a Disney sketchbook. I mean, it's like you're opening up the sketchbook of a Disney animator and just kind of, looking back. Here we have Alice. So this is definitely something to look through if you just kind of want to be inspired. If you like to draw like I do myself, really, that's kind of what I see this as, just really kind of an inspiration. Whoops, there you have. Sorry, the book is a little large, so it's kind of hard to show you here, but yeah, this is a really nice edition. You can see here just a nice finish. The spine here is on this kind of fabric type material, so just really, really nice. Not terribly expensive either, and so I would highly advise seeking this out if you're a fan of Disney animation, or if you're, of course, an artist. Just kind of an inspiring book to look through. All right, last but certainly not least, we have another really large book here. I didn't realize this was announced, and this is a new release, and I absolutely had to have it because I am an enormous fan of Phil Tippett, and this is his new book. Whoops, glare again. Mad Dreams and Monsters: The Art of Phil Tippett and Tippett Studio. This is a behemoth book, and it's got this kind of acetate cover, and then you kind of pull the book out. There's little tabs here, and you pull the book out. But this is just wonderful looking. If you don't know who Phil Tippett is, you should. You've definitely, if you're a fan of movies, the chances that you've come across Phil Tippett's work are basically 100%. I mean, his fingerprints are all over film history, really dating back to the days of the original Star Wars films. He is an absolute master. I love the work of Phil Tippett. And if you haven't seen, so his kind of his passion project, Mad God, came out recently on Blu-ray in a Steelbook edition. Not a film that I can just openly recommend to everyone, but if you enjoy the work of Phil Tippett, if you're into stop motion, it's a piece that you can definitely appreciate just on the level of aesthetics of just what he is able to do. Story-wise, it is a very challenging film, I will say that, so it's not one that's for everybody. It's very, very dark, but man, is it an intense, just visually spectacular watch. And I mean, his style is just all over that film, and so it's one that I would recommend, but again, it's not for everybody, so maybe that's one to seek out. I don't know if it's available on streaming or what, the availability is there, but it did come out on the Blu-ray with that Steelbook edition. I think that's the only edition that's available, is the Steelbook edition. So stay tuned on the channel, because that will be coming. But yeah, Mad Dreams and Monsters. So excited to have this. And that does it. That wraps up Christmas for me. Very, very book heavy, and some heavy books. And then the two films, Silent Running and The Hills Have Eyes. Thank you so much to my wife for spoiling me to death. This is just, I mean, it's a small library here that I gained, this Christmas, and so I'm very, very, very grateful. Let me know down in the comments. I'm curious to know if there's anything that you guys picked up over the holidays, anything that you want to share. Definitely do so in the comments. If you are new to this channel and you like talking film collecting, things of that nature, I do invite you to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and also the bell icon. That will, of course, notify you when I upload new videos in the future. And there's some fun videos coming up, so definitely subscribe. Yeah, hit that bell icon, because some fun stuff coming up here in the very near future. And until next time, I hope you are all having a wonderful holiday season, and I hope you're able to watch a lot of great films.